Aid from Which Bike here, outside Doble Motorcycles in Croydon. And here I am with my new Africa Twin Adventure Sports DCT ES Plus model. Plus stuff that comes with this bike, I'm going to do a separate video on because it's extremely complicated and very expensive. It adds a huge raft of features for the bike. Everything you'd ever need to put on top of this. This bike is supposed to sound very good with the stock exhaust actually. It's got some sort of valve on it which opens it up quite cleverly at the higher revs, give it more of a beastly sound. So I'm looking forward to trying that. On the previous model I took out in the previous review on the demonstrator, it had DCT, didn't have electric suspension, so I'm dying to test that out. Of course you can still see the giveaway sign that it's DCT with no gear lever. One thing is it's a normal chain drive, not belt drive as of the GS. It's a particularly narrow rear tyre, of course it's quite a lot smaller than the one in the front. I mean, that is the way it is with adventure bikes. No idea why, perhaps someone can tell me. Fantastic looking bike. The sun's gone in, but it's the most beautiful blue and the most beautiful kind of speckled pearlescent white. You can't see it anymore. In the sun, it was magnificent. Now you can see with this one, I've come with the lowered seat option. You can see quite a big difference between the rear seat and the front seat. Puts it down about 830mm, and that is one of the three main reasons why I bought this bike over a GS or Super Adventure or anything else you care to mention, like the Triumph 1200, which is also nice. It's to do with the flexibility of the Honda seating, which is fantastic. Now I'm 5'10", or just underneath, with 30-inch inside leg, but I like to feel comfortable on a bike. When I come to a stop, I'm not fishing my legs around looking like a twat. That was incredibly important to me, and one of the main reasons I bought it. The other reason is DCT. For those who are sceptical, like you might have been with ABS when it came out, believe me, once you've had it, you won't look back. Transforms the biking experience. And don't forget, it doesn't have to just be an automatic. You've got hand controls up here, and they're supposed to be really good fun. I completely forgot about them on the demo bike I took out, completely forgot. So I'm going to have a really good go on those a bit later. I'll let you know how I get on. And the other reason is electronic suspension. This bike is supposed to be the dog's bollocks, and probably the best one that anybody's ever come across. Even though I think its suspension is pretty much mirrors a lot of other bikes, somehow it works really, really well on this. And the different settings are actually noticeable, which is not what you get on the GS. It's also a brand new model. It's 95% a new bike, and I think it's the best looking adventure bike in the market, always has been. The thing I've got against the GS is that big front thing, the beak at the front. I think this one just looks so much nicer. Right, okay, let's get it out on the road. Okay, so there is the main dashboard. Of course, it's got the lower matching speedo and gear indicator here, because you might have your sat nav up here from your phone with Bluetooth connections, get Google Maps up there. So that's brilliant. None of this separate sat nav malarkey clutching up the front of your bike, which can get nicked anyway. Just feed it through there with the Bluetooth. It's got Apple CarPlay as well. Currently it's on Tour, which is the strongest mode. Power's the highest. Engine braking stays pretty similar. And traction control stays the same until you change these parameters individually. It's not on gravel, obviously. ABS is on, and it's in the hard suspension, which happens automatically when you're in Tour, but you can adjust it individually. It's got it's got bugger all petrol. Thank you, Honda. And the preload is set to just me. Obviously you can set it to pillions and pillions with luggage, and a combination thereof, a pillion and luggage. So that's pretty damn clever. Right, okay, that's what it sounds like. Let's go around this side. So just now the key's on, just have to press this here. There it is. Apparently it sounds really good, and it sounds alright now, to be honest, but it opens up a valve after a certain amount of revs, and it sounds even better apparently, and there's been good reviews on the noise that it makes. I mean, to be fair, bike always did sound pretty good. I mean, I like the sound of twins. I've had several now. Then again, I like the sound of triples and fours. But generally speaking, I think you get more of a kind of voice out of a twin. Oh, a little bit of popping. That is definitely some noise there. Right, let's get this out carefully. Right, now that lowered seat, I can get my leg over the back of the bike. Oh, a second, sorry. Something to get used to. And my feet, now I'm heavily on the balls of my feet, so that's fantastic. I feel so much more confident on this bike now. Highly recommended. It's only, 140 quid more for standard seat. You obviously keep the other seat as well. So that's going to come to me. Marvellous. Let's adjust the mirrors. Right, where to go and pull the clutch in, brilliant. I mean, that's going to happen a lot, isn't it? So I've got to put it in drive, and it's over here. You just press this button here at the moment, it'll just rev. So let's put it, let's click on drive. Now you can see it come up there, 1/D, and if you press it again, you can go to Sport 2, Sport 1 or Sport 3, so you can have it as you want. I think I'll just keep it, I'll keep it in normal drive, I think, for the moment, until I get used to it. Right, okay then, so now if I undo this, oh, it does. Right, sweet. Now, first problem is I'm lost. So let's go down here. Right, first manoeuvre carried out successfully. Oh, no gears. How lovely. Suspension, oh, it does feel firmer than the one I took out the test ride. It does feel more sporty from the off. Obviously I can change this. It does it automatically in urban. You can change it if one feels that it's too harsh. And the brakes are brand new. No initial grabbing it just then, but I'll bed them in fairly gently, as in don't go too fast. Stuck behind a bus, well, that's not the sign of things to come. This is an adventure bike, and to be fair, you cannot have an adventure in Croydon. Well, not on a bike. Anyway, hey, this is my bike. This is my new bike. I know I don't seem as excited as usual. That's because I spent a bloody fortune. I'm a little bit apprehensive, and I'm at the moment anxious. Obviously, just want to get home in one piece. It's always scary picking up a new bike. Oh my god! Don't panic. Don't panic. Love that screen. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Now, the first service is at 600 miles. But anything after 400 and they'll accept it for that first series. Obviously I want to get out of the way pretty quickly. First impressions riding it. Okay, the brakes have got a bed in, but I know they're strong from a demonstrator, very strong for such a heavy bike. I've always loved the screen. Front screen, I've yet to put up any speed to tell you about that. The seat seems comfortable, and when you're sitting on the bike, my knees are falling perfectly onto the tank, and I'm in that kind of jockey position. Looking down, my knees are, almost horizontal, but pretty damn comfortable. The grips are quite wide and supportive, so you haven't got any problems getting your foot back on them. There's no gear shift to worry about, so you don't have to worry about how your left foot fits into the gap. It's got a definite throb to the engine at these sort of revs. That'll probably change as you get more miles on it. It sounds a little bit kind of agricultural, perhaps a hint of a tractor at the moment, but as you get up the revs, that's what really appeals to me. But going through town at urban speeds, it doesn't sound as smooth as a four would do, or some other twins. Oh, and here, just hear the bike click down reassuringly as you go down the gears. No need to pull a clutch in. I'm pulling away from the lights, so that's a bit of a dream. Okay, like with most of these modern adventure bikes, and the GS was pretty similar. The turning ability of these bikes, oh, so good. They're so well engineered. And if something goes wrong in a bend, you've got the technology to sort it out, to make you look less foolish. Oh, here we go. is with normal drive, it doesn't feel too powerful, so you can still be indoor if you like the firm suspension. Just put the lid down. Alright, doing 56 miles an hour, slight buffeting on the helmet, but only what you'd expect, and a lot less than if you're on a naked. Oh, no, I haven't done. I cannot believe it. You know, I got about it in every video. Heated clips. I haven't put the heated clips on. Hopefully I can do this on the fly. Let's get past this bit of danger. Also got to remember how to do it. Bugger, give me a second. Oh, I've got it, yeah. On the right hand side there, on my finger, there's an FN button. I'm not sure what that means. Could be FN neutral. No, I know what that means. FN. Alright, answer on a postcard. Put my hands up, I don't know what that means. So I bring that in on the dash. Oh, there you go. Brings up automatic driving lights. Press it twice. Some sort of volume. Okay, from the electronic dash. That's good to know. Oh, right, I just missed it. Oh, there it is. Now what do I do? So that's heated grips, and I'll probably change it with the right, do I? Oh god. Oh, I should have had to do this not on the fly. It's very dangerous trying to do this on the fly. I'm not looking where I'm going, I'm too towards this car, so surely I don't have to pull over. That's the sensible thing to do. There's also something else I want to find out about the bike, is how do you actually put it into manual, so you use the gears on the left hand side, or do you just do that? I don't know. I don't know. And I don't care that I don't know, because I'm going to have fun finding out, and that's part of my journey experience on every bike. I hate being told all about a bike. It's only more entertaining if you watching it. I haven't got the bloody foggiest. At least I know a fair bit about this bike, but don't test me. So far, very comfortable. I didn't go in tour on the demonstrator, thinking that Urban was actually the fast one. But I do notice immediately the suspension's a lot firmer. And it feels more sporty, and the bike knows it's got the intelligent suspension not to do the front fork dive, which you got on many adventure bikes, especially adventure bikes of old or previous tech models. Loving this shorter seat, what a difference. Put my foot down with confidence, even on a slight camber here, look, you can see that. The road goes away quite severely and I'm still okay. Fantastic. That's the main problem with the GS, so it's 890mm seat. Once you're going along, brilliant. But when you're coming to a standstill in urban environments, horrific. I mean, of course, you get used to it and you kind of move your bum to the left, but I don't want to be thinking about worrying about having to come to stop. I just want to come to stop normally. I don't certainly want to be making me anxious, call me old fashioned. I don't need that, and I'm really worrying about all the other stuff about a bike. Let's go. Got a sneak in here. Yes. Hey. Hands off. Lovely. The other thing this bike's got that I haven't yet tried is cruise control. Now, unusually, it's not on the left, it's on the right. Now, you'd think that'd be a problem because you don't want to be taking your hand off the accelerator throttle to do it. Obviously, you can start to lose a few revs and you're going to not set the speed you want to. But actually, you can do it with your thumb. So, actually, I think it's quite intuitive, and that's probably the way it should be. It's funny having those two dashes, isn't it? I must admit, it's a really good front setup. It's very svelte, very uncluttered, very tidy. It looks like quality. So I'm really surprised how firm the suspension feels. What a difference. Now people have been raving about the suspension. I can see why. Of because I can feel a huge difference from the model I was on. I didn't have the electric suspension. I just know if I put this into different settings, I'm going to feel the difference. If I go into urban, I'm sure it will soften up quite a bit. In fact, let's just try it actually. He says, not sure how I changed the mode. I was only on it not too long ago. Oh dear, oh dear. Look, I'm going to get used to it at some point. Oh, hold on a second. Oh, I finally spotted it, just over here. There's a little button there. Look how many buttons it is, it's ridiculous. There's a button there that says FN on it. So obviously that's related to that one over there, which means that's the one you use up and down to control it. Thank you. Got there eventually. It took me, what, 9 minutes? 9 minutes of ownership to find out where that is. Right, so, click. No, went past it. Click, click. Up, up. Oh, it's doing it. Up. Let's try it on 3, so that goes. Hey! I'll tell you one thing that might surprise you. You get used to that DCT instantly. There's not even a 1 minute, 5 minute, half an hour, 2 weeks, 3 months transition of learning. It is instantaneous that you don't move your foot. The only thing you do when you come to stop the first couple of times is you go and pull the clutch in and you realise actually there's nothing there. But the actual left leg gear changing aspect of the lever is immediate. And I must say, an absolute delight. Short journeys, long journeys, and I've still got to experience the wonder of that manual DCT gearbox change of my left hand. I won't do it yet. I'll use this bike a bit more first. Shit, where am I? Oh God, done it again. Oh, if that's the roundabout I feel I get lost at. Oh, well, never mind. Not in a huge rush. Jesus Christ, every single time. And you know what I could have done? Bluetoothed my phone up and put maps on there. In fact, I tell you what, wait, I don't even know where I am now. What the hell is going on? Oh God, I'll tell you what, look. I'm gonna park up. I'm gonna get the sat nav sorted out, and then we're away. Right, back in the mo. Oh well, I tried, I couldn't get the maps to connect. Phone connected all right, so I could play music, make phone calls, etc. And I've got a feeling that with Android at the moment you can't do the Google Maps stuff on it. So that's flipping annoying. If it was going to be an update, they've got Apple CarPlay, so I think you could do it on there. You know, one thing I've forgotten about, petrol. Oh, seriously, I did not know that was there. Seriously, I did not know that was there. Just a spooky coincidence. How funny. What are the chances that when I say that, literally, it was that quick? Dear, oh dear. Right, so, it's weird, you come to stop. I don't put a clutch in anymore. You come to stop and you realise what you've got to do. What you've got to do is turn the bike off. So I can put the kickstand down now. Oh, it automatically turns off then, makes sense. Little icon comes up. Fair enough, fair enough. Check the key out. And fella up. So look at the amount of buttons on the left. 1, 2, that's a rocker, so it's effectively 3. Hazard 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Oh, 17, there's the gear thing around the back, you can't see it. Good grief. On the right hand side, 1 there, 1, 2, which is a rocker, so it's 3, rocker there, 4, 5, 6, 7 is a rocker, so it's 9. Good grief. 23 quid, flipping heck. That's the most I've ever put into a motorbike by a long chalk. I'm never anywhere near 20. In fact, I don't think I've been above 13. I assume the 5-blade tank and the Ducati tank are quite a bit smaller. Oh, I had no idea whatsoever. I didn't say anything. It's because he can't see peripherally with his helmet on. I wonder if you would have said anything. Well, yeah. The British politeness. Oh, back on the night. Nice lowered seat motorbike. Lovely. – 'Key in. – Stand up. – press the button, and we're away. Into drive, look behind me, and we're off. Oh, quick, catch her, she's got a pizza in the back. Well, maybe not. Where's that screen? Comes you on, give that warning every time. You can't turn it off apparently. Someone might find a hack. Very tempted to put it to sport and have a little play around with the old manual Scooby-Doos. Feel the power. So 1100 engine, 100 brake, so it's quite a lot down. I mean, it's 2/3 of the, well, not quite, no, it's a bit harsh, isn't it? But it's 30 horses lower than the GS, the 1250. Quite frankly, the bike of this power and speed anyway and capability, do you need that? Oh, of course you don't. I tell you what, because of the way it delivers in a DCT, the way it comes off the line, you'd be hard pressed to keep up with this. I'm going to do a bit of me on this and Bikke on a Fireblade, and see if I can beat him away from the lights. Should be able to. It's like an electric bike, this, especially in sport. It's got a wheelie Scooby-Doo on it. Wow, that does get louder, that pipe. Nice. Yeah, very good brakes, very progressive. Even I can come down to stop smooth on this bike. I don't do that on my other two. That's a big plus point. All in all, very happy. I'm really disappointed that I can't get the sat nav to come up, because I really could have done with that. I haven't put the phone on a little clamp in front, but it was nice. It was that screen, because it's high up, that screen, which makes it safe. You don't really take your eyes off the road. You look at the sat nav briefly. Of course, what I can do is just feed my sat nav phone through into my headset, but it's also nice to have some visual recognition sometimes. Especially if we come to a stop at a junction, just to double check. Get out of it, cheeky git. Oh, that noise is really starting to make my life. Right, a nice little growl now. It sounded so different. It started off sounding agricultural. Now I realise actually it's really nice, kind of deep, bassy Mondo. Oh yeah, I want to like some aftermarket can. I don't think I'll take that risk, and quite frankly I can't afford it. As soon as we start getting some reports on some epic cans for it, once I know that information, and I'll take one out on it as if I like it, and I might just go that route. And the suspension is a little bit softer now I'm in urban. You can feel it as it goes over the bumps, through your ass. A little bit more compliant, not wishy-washy, not at all. Still on the firm side of comfort. Oh Christ, we're wrong lane here. Buckaroonies. Oh bugger. Can't really get in there, a bit dangerous. Have to go around. So in summary, very, very happy with my purchase. Probably most happy with the strength and supportive nature of that suspension, and this lower seat option is truly a lower seat, and it inspires me with confidence. Oh, my foot! No, it inspires me with confidence. Coming to a stop. Ah, mighty fine looking bike, even better looking than I remember it. When the sun hit it, it was stunning. Honda do some very good paint jobs. The TFT is as good as I remember. I mean, it is hideously complicated, all these bikes are. But once you get used to it, everything's to hand, you know what you're doing fine. As I mentioned, I've still yet to use the manual gear shifting or the cruise control, but I'll worry about that another time. Right now I'm going to concentrate on finding out where I am. I've got lost again. So on that note, I will leave you with this happy purchase. Got any questions, let me know. Remember to subscribe, hit the bell things to get notifications apparently. Okay, so I've had the bike for a day as I'm putting this video up. Managed to do 250 miles in it, so I spent quite a bit of time on the bike, and the things that I love, absolutely love, are in order. The ultra low C and the confidence that it gives you and the general balance of the bike. Next up, really enjoying the suspension. It really enhances the steering from low speed corners up to turning at speed, which is an absolute delight, up there with the Fireblade. Next up, really loving the DCT. I think it's transformational. You've got to get out one to know what I'm talking about. It's not evil, it's the way of things to come. And it's got all the tech to punch with the big boys. And lastly, last thing I love is the looks. I think it's stunning looking. It gets even better as you get closer. Very happy with that. As for the jury out, well, the TFT, it's bloody complicated. There are so many buttons and so many layers to uncover to get to where you want to go. Of course, this is the nature of technology, allowing riders to select to infinite detail the kind of individual settings on a bike setup. With that comes complications. The other thing I'm not too sure about, jury's out, is the screen. I haven't really made enough mental note at different speeds what I like, where I like it, at what position, for the least wind buffeting. As for dislikes, and I have to be honest, I do not like the low speed chugging of the engine. It feels and sounds not pleasant. Sounds like 1960s tractor. I mean, as the revs increase, then that kind of chunky kind of drum sound, kind of rhythm to it disappears and it becomes a delight. But at low speed it does feel clanky. Not that the gears are clanky, just the engine feels clanky. But you think it's going to conk out. But I've ridden it quite a bit now at the slow speeds as you pull away and you're going through traffic, and it's fine. It just sounds dodgy. Leading to the other thing I don't like is the jerkiness at low speeds. This is when you miss the clutch. You know, this is talk about in urban environments, stop-start sort of traffic. Can be a bit jerky. It's better in the urban mode and lower modes, obviously. Not so good in the highest mode. That's it. There's nothing else not to like about it. It's a stunning bike overall. Very happy I bought it. Recommend it to anybody. If you've got any questions about it, then let me know. I've been riding it a lot now, doing some special tests and some off-road stuff in it. I say off-road, wet lanes. So it should be a learning experience for us all.